Hello, welcome to my channel. It's called Lunasa. In this channel, I do a deep dive into the writings of Florence Scovel Shinn. And from this video, I wanted to focus on a concept Florence calls being undisturbed by appearances. So she wants you to not be disturbed by appearances. So many things to say. First of all, first of all, the appearances are negativity. Note that she does not treat them as fact. She does not treat them as absolute. She does not treat them as just how life is and you gotta work with it. Life is perfect to her. Life has plenty. It has health, wealth, love, and perfect self expression. Anything else, anything less, is evil, but it's not a fact. It's just the appearance of evil. She's not given it the time of day. She's not seen it as a real thing that you have to really contemplate. To her, it's the appearance of evil. There's nothing solid to it. There is nothing that is permanent to it. It's like clouds in the sky, or just you looked at it wrong, like an optical illusion. She's not taking it that seriously. And that's something that we should do too. To recognize something's going wrong, well, it's the appearance of evil. Feel me? And then the next thing about this is that we can do this when we can be undisturbed by the appearance of evil, undisturbed by these issues, when we're functioning in the God mind, and that's the highest level of our mind. Because if we're functioning in the conscious mind, that's the mind where you walk into it. That's the level of the mind where you walk into it and everything's gone wrong. Everything's a problem. There is fear, lack, limitation. Nothing's gone right. It's like the episode of Community where that guy goes out for pizza and comes back and is he walks in and it's an absolute disaster. In the conscious mind, everything is an absolute disaster and you cannot fix it from there. You need to go up a level into the God mind. When you open it, it's like a breath of fresh air. You can relax, you can breathe again, and you get connected with God and how God thinks. And so, at that level of the mind, energetically, emotionally, you're going to feel good, real good. You're going to feel joy and bliss and wonder and delight and all that stuff. But one thing you start to be able to do is to not be disturbed by appearances, to not be disturbed by what you see. So if you're looking for a job, you don't have one, you're not disturbed by what you see. If you're looking for a man or a woman or a partner and you're single, you're not disturbed by it. You can see through the lack into the abundance. You can see through it into something and find where there's plenty, because God wants us to have plenty. That's the eternal truth. That's the divine design. Health, wealth, love, and perfect self expression. And so you can see that you don't have it, but you look through it to the fourth dimension and you're able to see life how it really is and can be. And you can only do that in the God mind. And so Florence is asking us to always function from the God mind because that's one of the perks of it. We're not taken aback by what we see. If you are in the conscious mind and you don't have the job, you're freaking out. That's all you can see. And so you bring fear, worry, doubt to it. And in the conscious mind, if you don't have your partner, if you're all by yourself, you bring fear, doubt, worry, lack, anxiety to it. But when you have the God mind and you still the same situation, you now bring a light and a love and a joy and a bliss and a delight. And you now see it differently. You see what could be, and you see through the temporary situation. You see through the hardship, and you see the success. And that is extraordinary. And a third reason why we kind of are undisturbed by appearances is something Florence calls poise. Because if you are disturbed by appearances, dude, you're gonna freak out. If you are disturbed by appearances, it will it can get so bad for you. It can get so bad for me. It can get so bad for us. Like if you are truly bothered, you you might break down and cry, give up on life, give up, give in, let a ray of doubt slip and fall and fail, and it's just brutal. So when you are undisturbed by appearances, what you're doing at one level is you're holding your poise. You are not freaking out. You see what you see, but you hold your poise. You hold your chin up. You maintain your joy. This joy will hold. And you know what you know, and you're waiting for God to come through. But you maintain your poise. And Florence says that it's like when you have that poise, God can flow through you and work in your life. And when you lack that poise, God can't. And so it's on calm ships that your ship can come in. And so you see what you see, but you know because you're calm and cool and confident that you are allowing God to flow in your life, flow through you, and create something extraordinary. You don't lose your temper, you don't lose your confidence, you don't lose your hope, you don't lose your will to live, you don't lose anything. You maintain your poise, you hold your poise. Through your poise and your confidence, you allow God to do extraordinary things. Now, this is not like a manifestation where if you say this will all go away. This is like you see what you see, and you see it very clearly. But you understand that you can see past it into the good that's coming, into the good that's possible, into the good that God wants for you. Because God wants you to have plenty, and God dreams bigger dreams for you than you would ever dare dream for yourself. And this is also you holding your poise, holding it together so that God can flow through you and do amazing things. You make sure that you hold it steady. You keep your seas calm so that the ship can come in. And you don't limit yourself. You don't see limits in yourself and therefore limit God. Because when you are in your strength, that allows God to have a strength too. Because you limit him. If you limit yourself, you're limiting God. He can only rise to your level. He can only do at your level. So if you are miserable and freaking out, it's like it short circuit the whole thing. Do as Florence's affirmation specifically is, I do not limit God by seeing limits in myself. So continue to hold your poise, continue to believe in yourself, continue to stand and watch the salvation come in, as she sometimes puts it, with a nod to King David. And that is going to be amazing. And always recognize that the absolute truth of life is that God's amazing, that God wants so much for us. God wants us all to have plenty, that love and light and joy, those are what's real. Anything else is the appearance of evil. And just believe in what you know to be true. Believe in the truth. Keep believing in it. And watch and just keep believing in God. And just watch for God and truly believe in him. Don't don't start believing in it. Don't start believing in the fear and the lack and the limitation. Keep believing in God. Because God is your supply. God and God alone is your supply. And as Lauren says, God is invincible. God is an invincible, invisible power. God cannot fail, so you cannot fail. God is your supply. And so keep it together. Keep it together all the way. Because when you believe in yourself, you God, it's like God can believe in you too. God has the ability to now believe in you. When you collapse, it's like I said, it short circuits everything. So keep your poise, keep your vision, keep your believing in yourself and in God. And just it's extraordinary. So, as Florence says in her book, The Secret Door to Success, I'm gonna read it. Here it is. It has a collection of her stories. She says, we must form the habit of living in the fourth dimension, the world of the wondrous. It is the world where you do not judge by appearances. You have trained your inner eye to see through failure into success, to see through sickness into health, to see through limitation into plenty. I will give you the lens which you see, God said. And a man who achieves success has the fixed idea of success. If this vision, if the success is founded on the rock, on the rock of truth and rightness, then it will stand. And later she says, the divine idea is for every man to have plenty. So, yes, do not judge by appearances. Be undisturbed by appearances. Don't let it get you. Don't let it bug you. Understand what the focus is, what matters, and how important it is for you to keep this going, for you to keep your joy and your hope and your poise and your confidence going. It's extraordinary. So, yeah, we just did a deep dive into the writings of Florence Scovel Shinn. I read a bit of The Secret Door to Success, and I quoted The Game of Life and how to play it. On my channel, all I do is do a deep dive into the writings of Florence Scovel Shinn. She was a metaphysical master who worked 100 years ago. Her ideas are as fresh and as delightful, as relevant as ever. It's truly a joy to bring it to you. If you're new to Florence, I'll introduce you. And if you want, just look in the description and I link the books and you can go read it yourself. And if you're experienced with Florence, then I'll remind you of ideas, bring you insights into it, and it's just good all around. So if you like that, please subscribe. If you like this video, let me know. Give it a thumbs up. And if you ever want to say something to me, you can leave a comment down below. I do see it. I will reply. So thank you in advance. And as always, as I say at the end of every video, thank you. Thank you so much for listening. And I'll see you next time.